Hi, I'm Ahmed Minhas, and this video is an examination of the shoulder. For the purpose, so with the shoulder, first of all I'm going to find out if you're right-handed or left-handed. Okay, that's fine. So we start off with inspection. So with the inspection, I just look at the front first of all, looking at the pectoralis, look at the sternoclavicular joint, the clavicles, the shape of the shoulders, looking for symmetry, any wasting, any scars, any redness, and it all looks okay. I look at the biceps and the deltoids as well. That seems okay. Now, moving to the side, looking at the laterally, looking laterally, I can see the rolling of the shoulder, the shape of the shoulders, and see if there's any curvature of the back. But that seems okay. Again, you can see you'll be able to see any wasting on that angle. And if I can get you to just turn around, Ali, and then looking at the back, what you're looking for is the shape of the scapula, any wasting, any redness. Look at the glenohumeral areas, and look at the neck. It all looks quite symmetrical, and nothing abnormal there. Before we continue with the shoulder examination, we'll just check the cervical spine, and this can be done whilst in the position. So first of all, check the range of movement. So if I can get you to touch your chin on your chest and look up in the sky, good. And if you look over to that side and look over to me, that's fine. And if you put your head side and the other side, okay. And if you do that again, so I can see it that side and that side, okay, very good. Now I can just palpate the cervical spine, and if you have any pain, let me know. Okay, so looking at the face as well and just pushing down. Did you have any pins and needles whilst I was doing that? Okay, so the cervical spine appears normal. So we can now carry on with, we start to look at the back, and we can start off with palpation. So with palpation, we're just going to concentrate on the left side for the purpose of this video. We will look at the scapular line and the outline of the scapula, and just feel along the scapula. If there's any tendons, if you feel any pain, please let me know. And just moving across the shoulders, feeling all the structures, coming to the acromioclavicular joint, feeling over, okay, and then just going to feel around over the clavicle, down to the sternoclavicular joint. If there's any pain or tenderness there, okay. Whilst you're here, we can just feel if there's any numbness on the badge area, because this might be an axillary nerve damage. So any numbness or tingling, does that feel the same as there? Okay, that's good. So we've done the palpation, that's good. The other way to inspect is if I can just get you to put your hands on your hips. We can see if it's any wasting, and if you just roll your shoulders forward, okay, and back, okay, so that's quite cool, okay. Now, if I can get you to turn around, we will now check the range of movements. Sorry, if I can get you to turn around to face the wall. So whilst at the back, so I can see. Can I first get you to move your arms up and flex right the way up into the... Okay, any problems? And what I'm looking for, and back down, and back up. And what I'm looking for on both sides, comparing, is back down again. The glenohumeral movement, this movement shape of the scapula, and also the scapulo-thoracic rhythm, and you have good rhythm there. Okay, now if I can, and check for the same things, if I can get you to just lift your arms up and clap at the top. Okay, and back down, and again check for any rhythm, any asymmetry, any pain. Any pain? No? Okay, that's fine. And now if I can, so that's checking abduction. And if I get you to turn around now, and we're going to check external rotation. So if you can put your elbows in, tuck them in nice and tight, and just move them out. Fantastic, and back in. Okay, so we'd expect 70 degrees. This can be restricted if there's osteoarthritis, a frozen shoulder, or if there's capsular tightness, but that was okay. Now to check internal rotation, if I can get you to turn around, Ali, okay, and it's just to bring the arms back as high as you can, okay, and if you do it back down again, and do it one by one now, so do the one side, okay, and you can mark it back down again, and do the other side, okay, so it is slightly reduced on the right side, but You can also measure it, thus measure against the vertebra to see which level they can achieve. Okay, that's fine. Whilst he stood up, I can ask him to go against the wall, and if he pushes against the wall and does like a press up, what you're looking for is that if there's any winging of the scapula on either side, but it's nice and symmetrical, and again, and this may indicate a long thoracic nerve problem. Okay, but that was normal. Okay, and if you can come back, Ali. We are now going to do more specific tests. So first of all, we're going to look for the near sign, and this is for impingement. Now for the near sign, if I can just get you to flex your arm up, right the way up and back down, and you want to do it in line with the scapula, and I'll help this one. And in impingement, they usually have pain from 50, 60 to 110 degrees, and this is the painful arc, and that would be a sign of the impingement. And that's a near sign. His was normal. And next we can do the Hawkins test, and if I can get you to lift your arm up, flex it up, and we internally rotate it, and I'm going to push down. And does that hurt at all? Okay. And we do it in different degrees because the acromion, the impingement can be in different areas of the acromion because it covers a wide space. And we'll just do that again. And what I'm trying to do is to get the tuberosity under the acromion. Okay, that's fine. And following on from this, I will do. We've checked for impingement. So the next thing we check for is the acromioclavicular joint, and this is done by the scarf test. So if I can just get you to lift your arm up, bring it around to straight around to 90 degrees, and bring your arm across your chest, over your neck. Any pain there? I'm feeling over the joint, any problem there? Okay, so that could indicate if there's any AC joint problems. Okay, and rest your arms down. Next I can do the O'Brien's test, and the O'Brien's test looks for if there's any labral tears or a slap lesion. And how this can be done is if you lift your arm up and internally rotate and point your thumb down and just push up against me. Any pain? And if you turn it the other way around and push up, okay. If there is a positive finding would be that there would be pain when the internally rotating, when the externally rotate disappears, but that was normal in this video. And now we'll move on to check the rotator cuff muscles, and first of all we'll check the supraspinatus, and if this is done by internally rotating the arm and bringing it to 30 degrees and pushing up against my arm. Any pain? And you compare both sides and push up. Any pain? Okay, so and it's equal strength on both sides. Now we will check for the infraspinatus, and this is done by infraspinatus. That's by if you bring your elbows into your body and push out against my arms. Okay, and there's equal strength on both sides. Any pain? No. Okay. And now we can check the subcapsular muscles. So if I can get you to turn around and bring your arms up as high as you can and push out against me. Okay, and stop me pushing. That seems okay. If they're unable to get their arms around the back, if you turn around, you can put the arms on the belly, ask them to roll the shoulders back and push into the belly, and I can push the elbows and try to resist me from pushing. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we check the rotator cuff muscles and they seem equal on all sides. Now we can check for the sulcus sign, which indicates if there's any glenohumeral instability. So if I can get you to sit down, and if you just let your arms drop forward, and what you do there is you stabilise the joint between the acromion and the scapula. Just hold the joint there, hold the humerus and just pull down, and you can see the giving away of the joint as the gap appears, and that is a normal sulcus sign. If it's increased displacement or gap, that would indicate an abnormal sign. At the same time, also doing this, we can check for any if the humeral which push it forward anteriorly and posteriorly, to see the movement of that joint as well, and he has good movement there. The last test is the Apley apprehension test. So if I can get you to lie down on the sofa, and I'll come across. Now with this, you ask him to abduct the arm to 90 degrees, externally rotate. Any pain? Okay, and you push down on that, see if it, and you push down on the humerus to see if there's any pain. Any pain? And see if it reduces any further. And this may indicate a labral lesion or a glenohumeral problem, but that's normal, okay? And if I can get you to stand up now, and that would conclude my examination of the shoulder.